Kazaki Show. I'm the Trev. Sweet. I should mention this is take 2. Happy birthday to the GOAT. I'm not here to talk about the GOAT and his birthday or relevance in my life that has happened on this day. Here to talk about Vancouver. And in an effort to prove me wrong, Vancouver named their 12th GM in franchise history. And neatly enough, the first Swedish general manager in league history. Patrik Allvin is your new GM in Vancouver. Let's talk about it. So before we go any further, it's the 4th person they've called general manager this year. Granted, Smeel and Rutherford were on the interim. Made videos on it. But before I get into the backstory of who Patrik Allvin is, if you're not sure who he is, he's this guy. Here's the backstory. Allvin comes from Pittsburgh. Rutherford used to work in Pittsburgh. Allvin has been the assistant GM in Pittsburgh since 2020. But he's been with the organization for 16 seasons. He's got his name on 3 cups. And as I mentioned, the first Swedish general manager. And he's got a nice clean plate in front of him. Rutherford's been taking care of it for him, but ever since they fired Jim Benning and Travis Green on the same day, they've gone 10-4-3. But they're still sitting 7th in the Pacific Division. And granted, the Pacific is a weak division. Let's not kid anybody. It's not lost for Vancouver. And I mentioned this in my thoughts at the halfway point. Still can make a lot of noise, can do a lot of damage if everything comes along right. But this is Allvin's team. Now, in saying this, I should mention he has no formal general manager experience to speak of other than being the assistant general manager. But having Rutherford in his back pocket won't hurt one bit. And the fact that they have had that working relationship from Pittsburgh, the fact that Allvin knows the kind of player to draft, because the bulk of his experience in Pittsburgh came from being a European scout. So he's seen a lot of what's come along in the NHL. So he knows what he's looking for when it comes to drafting. It'd be curious to see what he does with the club going forward. I mean, there's been a lot of speculation as to who's going out and what's coming in. Keep in mind, Vancouver hasn't had a first-round pick since 2019. Look for them to address that if they haven't traded their first-round pick for this season. I don't know. I haven't looked yet. But if they have, that'll change. If they haven't, hopefully they don't. But either way, it'd be interesting to see what kind of mold Allvin puts this team in, whether he goes with the European formula, if he sticks with the ain't broke, don't fix it method. It'll be interesting, but either way, this could be a scary good thing, because like I said, coming out of the Pittsburgh system, he's not the only one to come out of the Pittsburgh system lately. Bill Guerin came out of the Pittsburgh system in Minnesota. So if that gives you any kind of an example, it could be a very good thing for Vancouver if they play the cards right. And like I said, it's not lost for Vancouver. They could still make the push, but guarantee any deals that they make will come at the deadline. I honestly think there'll be more picks coming in so they can bring up some of their younger guys, but let's hold on to our hats. It might be a fun ride, Vancouver. Says another one of Trev's hockey shows. Short, sweet, to the point, I know. But really, it's not very common anymore where I get to make videos for 3 straight days. Know that I wanted to make more, but being this was a take 2 and my time's running out, I won't get started on that one today. But I have videos coming up down the pipe, in the can, so to speak, so they're coming. But either way, I thank you for tuning in. Don't think I don't appreciate the gesture, especially if you're at this point. That's a great thing. for both of us. So hit that like button. If you haven't hit subscribe yet, that big red button that says subscribe all over it, do it. Subscribe makes you feel good. And we're going for 250 now. We've hit 100, but we're going for 250. So let's keep that ball rolling. Socials, or what's left of them, in the description down below. Moving forward, as far as the season video goes, we'll see what pops up next, right? But either way, in the meantime, in between time, be looking for videos from the Trev. Later.